Coverage of the 2020 SHOT Show is brought to you by MDT. If you need a chassis system for your precision rifle, check out MDTTac.com. This is John McQuay with 8541 Tactical. We're here at the 2020 Shooting, Hunting, and Outdoor Trade Show in the Really Right Stuff SOAR booth with Varant. And he's going to talk to us a little bit about some of their new products this year. What do you got going on here?
John, it's great to be with you. We've got a number of new products that we're excited to launch here at SHOT Show. One of them being this tripod head and our new competition tripod for PRS and other competition series. I can go ahead and demonstrate that for you here. This is our new redesigned leveling base. It replaces our 2 Series universal leveling base that was very popular amongst competitors. We've made a number of improvements to the design. We've shortened the overall height. We've also increased the lockup capacity and the tilt capacity. So it used to be that you could only have 15 degrees of articulation in any direction. Now you can have 20 degrees of articulation in any direction.
Nice.
It locks harder, and it's a little bit shorter as well. Now we've integrated the dual Picatinny and Really Right Stuff dovetail clamp on the top. It's the same lever release system that everybody loves. And it's also universally compatible with most tripods on the market. On the bottom there is a 3/8 threaded hole, so you can screw it to the top of any tripod, or it can be most optimally used with our 2 Series tripods, where it uses the Sure Grip ring to really lock it solid so you don't have any problems with it twisting loose during operation.
Okay. This tripod that you got here is kind of interesting.
So we had a lot of competitors that were saying, you know, I can't use the tripod anymore because stages are asking me to deploy on the clock. And so we wanted to come up with a solution that allowed our competitors to quickly deploy their tripods so that they could maximize the potential of the tripod. So what we came up with here is our TVC22IL. So the I stands for inverted and long. So you can see here that it's a very long tripod collapse. It's about 3.5 feet long, collapsed. But when it extends, it'll extend all the way to 6 foot tall with only one twist lock that you have to worry about. And in addition, we inverted the legs so that your hand never has to leave the twist lock in order to adjust the length of your tripod legs. Instead of fiddling with 3 different twist locks and having to reposition your hand down the entire length of the tripod, all you have to do is grip it, unlock, extend, and then lock again, all in one fluid motion. So it makes height adjustment very fast and rapid.
And it is still short enough that it should be able to fit in your Pelican case if you're flying with
Correct.
a rifle.
This is short enough to fit in a Pelican long gun case, and it's shorter than most rifles that competitors are using as well.
With the sticks and the head, what kind of weight are we looking at here?
The specs are a little bit to be determined. We haven't finalized the length. We had a number of competitors that said we could probably do with shortening it a little bit. But you're looking at around 3 pounds for the total weight without the head, and then an additional pound for the head.
So still not terrible if you need to strap it to a ruck.
Right, and in fact it's lighter weight than the other alternatives that are popular because we're able to cut components out of the total package.
Nice. And with the ball head, with the degree of up and down angle on it, looks like it might be something that would really interest law enforcement snipers as well, that have to set up high or take high shots or low shots.
If you need the high angle shot, then this gives you a lot more capacity than our older version.
And the legs still kick out, so you can go fairly low with it, correct?
Correct. It utilizes the same pull tab technology that we have in our other tripods. That gives you a lot of flexibility in the positioning of the legs.
All right, really nice overall setup. What's the price that you're targeting on this?
So we're able to come in a little bit lower than comparable fully extended height tripod of our other sizes because we're cutting components out. We're estimating right now, depending on what length we end up settling on, that it'll be around $900 for this tripod alone. And then the head here is available for sale now, and it's in stock, and that's $385 with the dual Picatinny and dovetail clamp.
Okay, really nice. And again, with the dual setup, if you're somebody that has a rifle that's Picatinny equipped, or you have a semi-auto gun that has a Picatinny forend, and then you've got your competition gun with the Arca rail, you're really kind of covered with everything there.
Right. This gives the most flexibility out of any products on the market. And we had just got notice, actually, that we been awarded a patent for this design.
All right. Very nice. We've got another product over here that I think you wanted to talk about. What do we have here?
So we actually have two new products here as well. The one that we're most excited about is our new binocular adapter. This is our Scout binocular adapter. It's a universal application. So we have a cam lever here that can be thrown, and then there's an adjustment strap. So that allows you to adjust this to fit any 8 or 10 power binocular on the market. And because of the strap design, it can be used on binoculars such as the Leicas that have that bridge design that prevent you from using a standard binocular mount. So it's just as easy as slipping that on there, and then you throw the cam over, and you've got a solid connection. So on the bottom here, there's a number of mounting options. This is our 1.5-inch dovetail. This is also compatible with the Manfrotto RC2.
Okay.
And then as well, we have 3/8 sockets and 1/4-20 sockets. So we're estimating that this will be available within the next 1 to 2 months. This is our first prototype here. We're going to make a number of small improvements to the design to increase the usability and reliability of the mechanisms. And in terms of fitment, you asked, it'll be able to accommodate anywhere from, well, we measured a number of 8 and 10 power scopes, and we found that their objective diameters varied from about 65 to 67 millimeters down to about 45 millimeters. So we made sure that is able to accommodate all those different sizes.
All right, very nice. So what's this tripod that we've got it hooked up to here?
So this is our new Ascend 14 tripod. It's a 1-series tripod, which we use for most of our compact, lightweight tripods. But this is no slouch either. It's very sturdy. And the unique thing about this tripod is we tried to make it as efficient as possible so that the user can be sure that they're getting the most out of the tripod and the volume that it occupies. So you can see that the tripod legs are very closely knit together, but we noticed that there was still a void inside the middle between the legs, and we wanted to fill that void with something that's useful for the customer. So this design features a triangular center column that fills that void, but it still offers that ability for height adjustment for the customer without sacrificing the collapsed size of the tripod.
Well, it's definitely the first time I've seen a center column of that kind of design on a tripod. You kind of had to do a little bit of magic to make that work.
Right. We had to design this whole thing from the ground up because nobody's come out with a system like this, and how do you lock onto a triangular shape? So we came up with a unique lock mechanism that allows us to grab this very solidly. So we're rating this for 30 pounds. This is a prototype, but we're doing our validation right now to make sure that it supports that weight. But this design is very secure. It can come out really easily, but there's also a safety lock that you can engage if you don't want it to accidentally fall out. And in addition, we can actually remove the entire column so that you have a baby column here to be used in a prone position or in a low position.
Very nice.
And this head here is a ground-up redesign as well. It nests efficiently into the tripod here, so you use the least space possible in order to have the full functionality. If you raise this up, there's a main lock knob here that allows you to adjust the ball position, and then that is sitting on its own panning base here as well. So you have panning function, you have the ball function, all with one lock, and then you also have an independent panning on the top here. So it makes it great for spotting and use in the field. In addition, we have our lever lock here, but this is not a dual-purpose clamp with the Picatinny. This only works with our 1.5-inch dovetail.
Okay.
There's a bubble level on top, and then also an integrated hex key tool on the side.
It's always nice to be able to have the tools attached to the tripod if you need to make any adjustments.
Right.
It also looks like you can go into portrait orientation with it as well.
Correct. There is a drop notch that you can fall into there. And one unique thing that this affords you, especially with our new binocular mount, is that with this binocular mount not being fixed to the center, you can actually rotate it off to the side like this. And with a tripod with a drop notch, we can run this on the side. And now you essentially have a pan tilt head. So it makes gridding the side of a mountain for a hunter really easy, because you have a lot more control over the axes, and you can make sure that you're not overlapping or missing certain regions of the mountainside.
Very nice. So, and when are you looking at the release of this?
So we're in the final stages of the design process right now, and we're hoping to finalize that by the end of this month and be in production. So we're estimating end of Q1 that we'll be able to ship this tripod.
Okay, and I realize you're still kind of early in it, but what's the price that you're looking at for this?
It's not finalized yet, but we're hoping it'll come in somewhere in the $1,400 to $1,500 range. So if you compare that to what our current offering is, we actually have one behind here. This tripod right now with the center column is approximately $1,350 right now. And we're adding a lot of functionality, including the panning clamp, the lever release, the new center column with a detachable bottom section. And it's a lot more compact, yet it goes to the same height. So all that said, we think it's going to be worth the added price point in order to get the functionality that this head offers.
It's a really, really nice compact setup, so I can see from photographers or videographers that are backpacking to hunters. I think it's a really nice looking option. It feels really, really sturdy. I know you said 25 to 30 pounds for the capacity on it. I think you could still probably even put a relatively heavy precision rifle on it and probably get away with it unless you're loading it too heavy.
It's definitely a possibility. We've done some field testing with it, and we've actually had some of our field testers take animals with them. So we know it's possible to shoot off of the tripod. We'll have to continue doing testing and validation to make sure it stands up to the rigors of the recoil. But we have no reservation about using this, especially with a smaller caliber rifle.
All right. Well, very nice. Looks like you guys have some really exciting products coming up this year, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us about them.
Thank you, John.